I just got off a call with a business owner who came to me with a problem. He had everything set up on the back end. So he had a CRM, he had automations, he had follow-up sequences, he had all of it. It was built out and it was ready to go, but none of it was getting used because nobody was coming in the front door. His phone just wasn't ringing. His pipeline was empty, and all those systems that he spent months building were just sitting there collecting dust. So after our call, I just sat down and recorded a video that's breaking down exactly what was wrong and exactly how to fix it. Step by step, nothing held back. I just solved his exact problem. That's what you're about to watch. The actual video that I sent him. Now, this business is in a completely different industry than yours, but that doesn't matter because the reason most businesses cannot get consistent leads coming in has nothing to do with what industry they're in. It has to do with what a stranger sees and hears the first time they find you. And that's the same problem, whether you're a contractor, an HVAC company, a fitness coach, or anyone else selling a service. So if your phone is not ringing the way you want it to, just watch this video because the fix is probably way simpler than you think. Yo, Cam, what's up, brother? Great chatting with you today. Just wanted to follow through on this and send you the ad script that we talked about. And this part here, the problem with most supplement and coaching ads targeting this ICP is that they're leading with like the product or the protocol. And not saying that's what you're doing, that's just what most people are doing right now. So things like here's what to take, here's the stack, and keep in mind cold traffic, like people who aren't really aware, they don't really care about that stuff because they don't even know that they have a problem yet. So if we're only ever putting the solution in front of them, we have to include some key things. So like I talked about, and like you mentioned, the new money. So that's huge. It needs to be a new opportunity for them. It needs to be de-risked, and it also needs to be framed as done for you. Even if it is a coaching offer, you just want to make it seem on the front end like, hey, you do nothing. Like you show up, I coach you, and you do nothing. But literally, obviously, they're going to have to do the meals. They're going to have to do the workouts. But if we can frame this as done for you as much as possible, that's going to get people enticed. And then like we talked about with the offer, is that it should have a guarantee in there. So like it says, you already have one, which is to follow the custom training program for 4 months and you don't reach your goal, then I'll coach you for free until you do. And that's perfect. That hits that box of the de-risk. And then the one-on-one coaching, obviously the weekly check-ins, 24 access, that is done for you. So the person who hears that says, okay, there's no risk involved, right? Because I can get my money back if this doesn't work out. And they also hear, oh, I don't hardly have to do anything because I have one-on-one coaching with weekly check-ins and 24/7 access. So it's pretty much already done for me, right? That's kind of the angle here. And that's what's super important, man. Like that's why this messaging is so important when it comes to cold traffic and direct response ads, because dude, you got like 20 seconds, like people talk about. It's like, if you don't hit them right out the gate with like offer, guarantee, de-risk, like right up front, they aren't even going to make it to the back end of your ad where all the rest of the stuff is in there. So it's like you just have to front load all of this stuff that is like, this is a new money offer. This is de-risk. There's a guarantee in here. Like you shove all that in the front and then now you have their attention. And then that's when you can kind of get into the rest of the ad. It's so crazy. But yeah, that's what this is explaining when it says the new money angle. It's the piece that needs the most work. And dude, if you're not having front end performance, once you put that in, people are going to like flock to it. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is great. So exactly like we talked about, this is perfect. It says optimize what you're doing. That's not going to work. It's like they need to hear that this is a new opportunity, like a new angle. It's like you're already investing in your hormones, your gym membership, your supplements, and you're still not where you want to be. Like that is a return problem. That's not an input problem. So that's just a way to reframe it. But dude, this is pretty good. Like it's checking those main boxes. So I would honestly film and run something like this. But pretty much this is how I do it, right? Right out the gate. Let's say I'm filming this ad. This is me. I'm you. I would make it talking head as much like person as possible, because as soon as you put B-roll or other footage in there, there's a disconnect, right? You want to just be talking to one person. Like you are talking to this person as you're saying this script. So literally I would come on, I would be just like this. If you're on TRT, you train consistently and you eat clean and you're still not where you expected to be by now, this is for you. Just call it out right away, right? Most guys in your position aren't missing effort. They're missing a plan that's actually built around how their body works right now. And that's kind of an educational line. You could even jump that out and just go straight into the problem. You could just say, the problem isn't your testosterone levels. It's that nobody ever sat down and built your training and nutrition around them for you. So that's where you kind of, you frame the done for you approach. Because if a person here is like, oh, I have to build it out, they aren't going to do that. But if you tell them in the ad, hey, look, I'm going to build it all out for you and you do nothing and I do all the work and you just sit back and relax, that's what's going to get people to take action. And then this is just giving you some credibility, right? Hey, you're introducing yourself. I would probably modify that if I were to do this. I would make it more about them, especially on the front end. So instead of being like, what does that accomplish when you say that, right? It gives you credibility and it shows that you know what you're talking about. So you can do that. You can leave that. But honestly, for me, I would probably maybe even leave in like, okay, after spending over 10 years working with guys exactly like you, because that's going to resonate with them more, men who are doing everything right on paper and still leaving results on the table just because their program was never designed for their specific physiology. So now they're thinking, okay, it wasn't designed for me specifically. So they understand there needs to be like a customization or a personalization to this, which is strong because that's already what you offer. And let's see what this says. At Prime Coaching, okay, this is good because this is actually telling them exactly how you're going to do it. So that's the essence of this is like, hey, look, you're calling them out. So up here, we're like, if you're on TRT, if you train consistently, if you are this person and you do all these things, this video is for you. So once we've established that, then we're going to move into the problem, right? Hey, the problem isn't what you think it is. The problem isn't this thing. It's actually that nobody ever did this thing over here for you. That's what the real problem is. So we're reframing the problem in their mind from, oh, testosterone just doesn't work or TRT just doesn't work to like, oh, no. It didn't work for you because you never had someone actually build it around you. So that's a differentiator. And then like we're talking about here, just going into this with the credibility. Honestly, a lot of times I'll just go right into the offer. So I'd literally be like, after I say this, like, hey, no one's ever actually sat down and built your plan for you. And then I would just literally come in and come on the screen and just be like, well, this is exactly what I do. I build your plan from the ground up. That's training, nutrition, your supplement protocol. Everything's going to be synced together. It's going to be adjusted every single week based on how your body is actually responding. And you're also going to have a coach who's available to you every day and makes changes in real time. You're literally just being so direct. That's the best thing with these ads is the more direct you can be, the better. You're telling them exactly what you're going to do. You're like, hey, look, I'm building your plan, right? I'm building all of this stuff from the ground up. You don't do any work. I do all the work. And guess what? You even have a coach who's available to you every day so that you have to do even less work now. Like the more you can exaggerate that and lean into that, that's the whole thing here is like, when I was taught this, I was told that it's word trickery almost. It's not lying. It's word trickery because like anything, there's a positive and there's a negative, right? There's good things and there's bad things to anything. Why would I ever talk about the bad things when I'm trying to sell something in an ad? I'm literally just going to be like, hey, those bad things, don't worry about those bad things over there. Literally just focus on these good things right here because that's all that matters. And if you watch this ad, if you click on this ad, that's exactly what you're going to have. Only the good things. And then lastly, this is how I'd wrap it up, the guarantee. So here's my guarantee. You follow this plan for 4 months and you don't hit your goals, I coach you for free until you do. That's it. Like that's your one-liner guarantee. So this is going to be everywhere. And I think it says it in here too. It says it towards the bottom on the guarantee. It said this should be everywhere, right? Put it on the headlines of your landing page. Don't bury it at the bottom, right? Like put it on your ad copy. Like right here, when I go back to this landing page, it should be right here. It should be right here, the guarantee. Because again, that's what people want to see right away. Like, yes, this is important and they need to know that this is custom coaching. But at the same time, you got to remember the state of mind that the person's in when they're on that page. If they click on an ad, if they go to your profile and they click that link, they're in a mode of like, how do I know this is going to work for me? How do I know this isn't going to scam me? How do I know I'm actually going to get results from this? So I know that they're in that way of thinking. Let me put the messaging on the page to accomplish this, right? To not be buried at the bottom. But the first thing they see on that page is like, hey, here's a guarantee. I already know you're skeptical. I already know you have 1,000 reasons why your mind, this won't work. And that's the state of mind you're in when you click on this page. Let me just put this copy right there. So that's basically how I simply think about it, man. That's pretty much it. Like at the end of this, if you're a guy in Wilmington who's already put in the work, it's just a call to action, right? So if you're empathizing with him, if you are this person who has already done this and this and this, and now you're finally ready to actually get real results, just take this action, click this link, tell me where you're at. We'll build the plan together. Really, you're saying click the link and book a call, dude. No, but that's really it, man. Those are the key things. Like we talked about the ICP and the angle when it comes to the messaging, the hook, right? So when you call out that and the hook so specifically, that's the main thing, man, is like a lot of times with the getting a lot of leads is so easy, right? And you notice that with too is like when you blast these ads, dude, it's so easy to get a lot of leads. The real skill comes in like filtering the wrong people out. That's the way I think about messaging. And I know this is already 10 minutes long. If you're watching this, dude, shout out to you, because you really must want to learn this stuff and you must be interested. But if you put stuff like this at the very beginning and you tell people right away, you're basically going to reject anybody who is not that person. And that's the name of the game when it comes to messaging. The messaging is literally all about disqualifying the wrong people instead of trying to like, oh, how do I call out the right person? How do I get their attention? It's like much easier approach is just disqualify anyone who is not the ideal person that you want. And by default, you will only be left with the ideal person. So that's my rant, dude. That's my masterclass on messaging and why it is so important, why you absolutely need these key things that we talked about. So that is exactly what the process looks like. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, the framework is the same every time. If your phone isn't ringing consistently with people who already want what you do, it's almost never because your service isn't good enough. It's almost never because you need more referrals or a bigger following online. It's because the first thing a stranger sees when they find you is not built to make them stop and actually pay attention. That's the piece most business owners are missing. And that's exactly what we build. If you want to see how this applies to your business specifically, click the first link down in the description below, and I'll see you there.